Thank
timing for me, like making sure it's roast.
All right.
And then
Ready for our joke, Kim?
Oh,
We are ready.
we're
Kick it
ready.
off with the
Okay.
joke.
We're officially started. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster, and honored guest. My apologies for not being on site. I have a sick kiddo, so I'm playing part parent and part working and just juggling like we all do, those who have kids at home who are sick. I have two jokes. This one is the first one I thought is really cool. Why was the cell phone scared to go to the dentist?
why?
He
No
didn't want,
Bluetooth.
yeah, he didn't want to, he didn't want to lose his Bluetooth.
Bluetooth.
All right. This one, a, a chicken and an egg are lying in bed. The chicken is smoking a cigarette with a satisfied smile on his face. The egg mutters, well, I guess we answered that question.
Oh,
A little edgy
yes.
there.
Great job.
Oh, a little edgy. All right. Um, that is all I have. Back to you,
Oh,
Mr.
yeah,
Toastmaster.
you're my favorite.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was writing that one down.
Well, I never know the bar, like how far the joke can go, and you just yes
I just set
opens
one,
up
Sean.
so
I just set
many.
one.
All right. Well, with that, thank you, Kim, for that levity to start out our meeting. I would like to introduce the roles first thing. Table Topics Master is the first role I'd like to introduce, and that's going to be done by Kathy today.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, honored guest. The Table Topics Master comes up with a topic that we can all speak extemporaneously. Today's topic, I will wait until it's my turn. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. Next, I'd like to introduce the Meridian. It's going to be filled by Kim today.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, again, and fellow Toastmaster on a guest. My role as the Augramarian is to tentatively listen for good word usages or write it down, and also words that distract, connecting words and buts, and I will record that and I will report that at the end based on the speaking roles that are taking place. I also have a word of the day, which we can all use. The goal of the word of the day is to, when you have a speaking part, whether it's extraneous or not, you could use this word and I will mark it that you use the word of the day. And it just helps with thinking on your toes a little bit. The word is osmosis. OSMOSIS. A subtle or gradual absorption or mingling. An example of a sentence is, hope by being in this meeting, I am performing a form of osmosis by maybe learning something from each of you. Osmosis. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Kim, and hopefully I get some osmosis today by all the fellow Toastmasters here. Next, I'd like to introduce our timer, that's going to be filled by Sean today.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Hello, fellow Toastmasters. Honored guest, I think, still, Nathan?
Yes.
For the timer, I have three cards here for you that'll tell you where you are in your allotted times. Various times for the table topics, we'll do 1 to 2 minutes. So green will be at 1 minute, yellow at 1.5, red at 2. We have two speeches today, and I believe mine will be 5 to 7s, and I'm going to make the assumption Sarah's is going to be 5 to 7 minutes as well. Green on 5, yellow on 6, red on 7. And then for the evaluations, will be between 2 to 3 minutes. Green on 2, yellow on 2.5, and red on 3. And then whoever does a good job gets a pat on the back afterwards. Okay.
Thank you, Sean, for that explanation. The next role is our general evaluator. Did you say you were filling that, Kim, or was that open still? Do you want me to fill that role?
I I did take that, but I'm happy to hand it off if anyone else in the room wants to take that over. As well.
Okay, I'll take
I
that role then. I'll do that
Okay.
again.
okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Because other than that, I think that's the only thing I have. Oh, I'm evaluating too. Oh, well.
Oh,
Evaluate yourself.
yeah.
Staff.
There we go. So with that, our meeting is going to begin. We're going to have two great speakers today. Looking forward to hearing those speeches. Our first person I'd like to call up is Buffy to introduce.
Sarah's going first.
Oh, I'm going to introduce Sara. Thank you. What's on her topic that she is going to tell me about right now?
Who's her evaluator?
I'm evaluating her.
Oh,
Yes.
so
Over to you, Sara.
Okay. Let's see. I have a PowerPoint. I don't know. I mean, it's really just words on it, so I don't really know if I don't have to share my wait, I don't think I am I able to share
Yeah, you're able
screen?
to share your screen.
If I want to. I can, I suppose. Should I? I mean, it doesn't really matter to me
It's your
too much.
choice. It's your speech, whatever you want to show us.
Yeah, sure, I can do that.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, I can go over this. What is that? Send it over. So the close 1, 2, 3. The conversation can put your Russian at the end. I think is the most important. It's like make sure my pace.
Okay, hopefully that works.
Yeah, there it is.
Let's
Who is your favorite mentor and why? That's what
yes.
Yep.
Let me put this in mode. I don't right. Thank you, fellow Toastmasters, the fellow Toastmaster members and honored guests. So I got this idea for a speech from a few weeks ago when this was from when this was at Table Topics. I thought only that week only one person did we only had time for one person to do that table topic, so I thought that I'd give this one a go, and also it's like immediately once I heard that question, one person came to mind, and that person is my internship supervisor during practicum and internship supervisor during fall semester 23 and spring semester 2024. My goal when I first started or I guess before I started practicum and internship, when I got the email back back on like around May 1st with paperwork and my my supervisor's name. I wondered if this was the same person that greeted me during the when I was early for the meet and greet, and also the person that answered my question about and answered my question about whether someone that can't drive, would they still be able to do this type of role. Uh it was the same person. See, so my goals for at the time, so during practicum, my general goals was to learn how to do the work of a vocational rehabilitation counselor. Try to work on the counseling skills. Learn more about learn more about learn more about the population that I was working with, which was veterans in veterans in the vocational rehabilitation service program, so transitional work, community-based employment services, and supported employment. I I was also interested in like the traditional vocational rehabilitation process. At the time of the practicum, so like between the time before I started practicum, I was mostly just relieved that I found a site, because back then my worst fear was that I'd be dropped from the program if I didn't find a site. And like and I guess and my mentality, I guess, during practicum was to just do the work, learn as much as I can, hopefully pass the CPCE and CRC when the time comes. The CPCE was the like competency exam, which national certified counselors also I believe national certified counselors essentially take that exam for their certification in CRC. Certified rehabilitation counselor exam is the one that I took in March. So um s- um so I believe I forgot to mention my supervisor's name. Her name was Kelsey Thompson. Uh um she she um she was my internship practicum and internship supervisor, also a mentor. She I refer back to some of the things that she had suggested multiple times. Things like finding your own script. The I've done this uh one way that I practice trying to do this was co-facilitating groups and explaining what the three programs that the VA offered. I furthered empathy with uh, by attending the open AA meetings, and like the and yeah, let's see. I emailed, this one was after internship. I emailed her about how to approach the question of greatest weakness. I'm uh still trying to understand what a compliment sandwich is, which is her um um which is, I guess, her approach for answering that question. And then I guess one of my and then one of my favorite memories during internship was the was the week before in March, like the week before I took the CRC exam. During uh during staff meeting we played uh we played CRC Jeopardy, and Kelsey, she was the one who created this she was the one who created the questions, and who she was the one who created questions, and yeah, and it's like, I guess for this, I would say for this I was able to answer three of the questions correctly. No, which I was excited for. I also credit the CRC Jeopardy as one of the reasons that I passed them CRC as one of the reasons that I passed the CRC. I think I think that the one of the most important things that Kelsey taught me was confidence, and confidence that I could do the work of a CRC of a voc rehab counselor. She was she was always supportive. Her style was kind of observant and and then do. I did it during practicum and a little bit of internship. I did a lot of observing, and then after a point, it's like I requested it, like it's like this still feels like I'm in practice. This still feels like I'm in practicum. I need my own caseload, so I requested to Kelsey that I need to start that I need to start building my caseload. So she assigned me a handful of people that were on her caseload, and I continued to build my caseload through the many intakes that I did. Over uh over time to it over as I grew comfortable in the as I grew comfortable in position, um she uh she she mentioned once that it's like she mentioned once, this is a bit of an extreme example, that if something were to happen to me, and I were if something were to happen to me, and I would like and I wasn't able to uh um if something drastic happened to me and I wasn't able to do this work anymore, I'd have confidence that you would be able to uh sit in my chair and take over my client. Let's see. One Another thing that I also enjoy doing internship is that the level of trust the level of trust that she gave me. And honestly, one of the best parts was the days where Kelsey wasn't in the office, and I could use her office for the day, or if another counselor was not in the office, I used his office while they were on while my supervisor or another counselor was on authoritative leave. See. Even now she checks and now she checks in now and then. T checks in now and then how the job search is going. I emailed her a question about the greatest weakness question for an interview, and she gave me the advice of the approach of a compliment sandwich. She also checked in after after getting a call from someone from DSP for a reference check for a fake job. Like after I read her email, and like I was thinking after I read her email, I was thinking it's like I was thinking like thank you for the talking, but it's like I'm also a bit embarrassed that it's like this that it's like this job that the the job developer that the person from DSP did reference check for is not an actual job. So it's like if eventually I did but it's reassuring to know that she is still rooting for me, to this day. Yeah. And I guess with that I'll turn it back to I don't, probably on time because I don't see.
Yep, you're well over time, Sarah.
Yeah, I figured.
Okay.
So I'll turn it back to
Great.
Toastmaster.
Okay.
Thank you, Sarah.
All right. Thank you, Sarah, for that. Next, I would like to call up Buffy, who's going to introduce our next speaker.
Our next speaker. Oh, God, you emailed me what it was. The topic.
Oh, we'll see.
That's right. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Our next speaker is Sean Nichols, and he's going to be talking about something, and we will see what it is.
No, that
It's
was the
called
title.
We'll
Oh, okay. I thought I didn't make that.
I'm looking forward to this talk. Thank you, Will. I mean, Sean. I will see. Huh.
Yeah.
It's too many words.
Thank you, Buffy.
And I left the podium before he got up. Oops.
You saw me? Thank you very much. You gotta just give me a second because we have to talk about that afterwards.
I mean, are you planning?
Okay, fellow Toastmasters, thank you, Buffy, for bringing me up. There's this ancient Chinese story that has roots in Taoism. Starts off with a Chinese farmer who one day lost his most prized horse. And everyone in the town was devastated. This is awful. You lost your horse. And the farmer replied, we'll see. The next day, that horse returned with 3 stallions, and they came back to the farmer's farm. And the townspeople rejoiced. You have 3 more horses. This is amazing. And the farmer replied, we'll see. Well, a few weeks later, the son of the farmer was trying to rein in these broncos when he got flipped off and broke both his legs. Townspeople came to him and said, this is awful. How can this be? You must be so unlucky. And the farmer said, we'll see. The next day, the city guard came in and started taking the firstborns of each family to go fight in the war that was happening. Huzzah, says the town folks. You don't have to worry about your son. He has a broken leg, so he can't go. And the farmer says, we'll see. This story stuck with me this year because I'm at that age where I can look back far enough into my life and kind of see the progress that's been made, the ups and the downs of life. And I can tell you the biggest ups that I've had. 2013, February, I got into a severe car accident. Prior to that, I had the white picket fence training. I was working in the oil fields in my major, safety and health management, making more money than I knew what to do with. I had a wife, a dog. I had just bought a house. Things were great until the 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off schedule that I had started getting to both me and my current wife. The job itself was starting to become unfulfilling. I had bosses that I didn't get along with. I had people that were asking the wrong things of me. My marriage was starting to dissolve. And being out in Williston, North Dakota, you had a few things to do. You had drinking, whoring, and gambling. Whew. Wild West of 2013. All of those things came to a head, mixed in with the car accident, and I found myself without anything. No job, physical therapy for a year, lost wife, and I had to build back up. It took a while, but during that recovery phase, I became proficient in my body. After going through the physical therapy, I was able to now throw darts with the best of them, bocce ball with the best of them. I can throw a basketball half court into a hoop more times than I can make it more times than miss. Impeccable balance. Because I had to go through that recovery, I am now here, back in Washington, my hometown, instead of Williston, North Dakota. I started a business, which is always something I wanted to do. I have a son, have a newborn at this time. Everything's coming along. I was happy, I was content. And then the pandemic happened. The pressures of owning not one, but two businesses started to hit. Too much responsibility, too much success. I had people praising me for the things that I was doing. I had family members that I hadn't talked to for a while come back to me and say, "You're doing great, keep it up, keep it up." Too much pressure. Didn't know how to handle it. Didn't have the mental capacity at the time to figure out where to go and what to do. Partner at the time lost her job. Pandemic happened. I couldn't keep up with the demand of my appliance business. And we lost our corn roasting business that we had built, that we would sell corn at vendor fairs. Pandemic. By the way, if you ever want to get into corn roasting, great profit margins. And so I did. I needed to take space. I needed to take breath. I needed to get away. Old reliable. Started drinking again, started smoking again, just to take the edge off. And that came and became a stronger and stronger point in my life. Partner lost her job, couldn't take care of me, had to go back to Idaho with her family, with my son. Couldn't keep up with the appliance business, lost all my contacts. Roasting business was gone. I lit another fire and lost everything. Tragic, right? We'll see. Because after that, after picking myself back up, I am now standing before you with my son back, good relationship with my mother's child, the best business I've ever had, the best friends I've ever had, the best hobbies that I've ever had. I am in a better position now. I am calm, cool, collected, which is going to get passed on to my son versus that anxious person. So this is what the farmer teaches us. Good luck, bad luck. Life always flips the coin again. If you cling too hard to the other one, you lose your balance. The only real skill is staying steady, staying disciplined. And we'll see, because life isn't one event. It's a long arc. And I'm still walking. Thank you.
Sean, great speech, very great speech. Interesting. I used the "we'll see" one time in my speech not too long ago. So we're kind of on the same page here. You weren't even here at that. That's amazing. It looks like we might be out of time for table topics. What do you think, Kathy? Is that going to hurt?
Might have to skip it,
Yeah.
time-wise.
Okay, that's what I was
I
thinking.
can just say something, but
What do you have to say?
ponder.
Let's see.
Point to ponder.
Okay, point to ponder
Point to
from
ponder.
Kathy.
Pond to pointer.
Thank you. Ponder, ponder. All right, I have a question, a twofold question for us to ponder in your thoughts. The first question is, what is the one goal remaining dormant that you're willing to resurrect now? Put a pin in that and to complete it before the end of the year. The second one is, what goal are you willing to roll in via osmosis into 2026 that you will begin a beta launch now? Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Points to ponder. Points to ponder.
Thank God we don't have to answer this question.
Yeah, those are some good ones. Those, very good. Those are good ones to lead us into the new year.
Yeah.
If anybody does resolutions.
Yeah.
All right, so I will move right into my evaluation of Sarah. Sarah, there's an evaluation resource online, general one. So it's the you excelled at, you may want to work on, and to challenge yourself. It's not quite the sandwich you mentioned in your speech, which I guess that's a little bit of an outdated motto. What I hear from my work is that's not quite the best way to do it anymore. So I'm going to start backwards. I'll give you the good news last and what I like to do. Can you hear me okay, Sarah?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm just
Okay.
opening up a Word doc so I can type.
Okay. All right. So to challenge yourself, at first I noticed you seemed nervous at first, and there were more repeats when you first started. Some repeat phrases and words. Also, you gave the name of your evaluator later versus at the beginning. I noticed that you did acknowledge that as well. Yeah, and your flow wasn't quite there at the beginning. So continue with working on your flow and getting a steady flow throughout the whole speech. You may want to work on the acronyms. I wasn't always sure on the acronyms. So it'd help if you would explain or type out the acronyms, let us know what those mean. Also, on your slides, they were just one color, the whole slideshow. Be helpful to have a little more, spruce them up a little bit. And also the words went off of the edge of the slides,
Okay.
off the screen a little bit. So some of the endings faded into the background.
Okay.
And also keeping within your allotted time, just knowing roughly how long your speech should take. So if the timer by chance is a little bit off, then you'll at least know that yourself you've gone long. And it does help to practice the speech, and then you'll know roughly how long you should be taking. That way, intuitively, you'll just know you've gone long, or maybe you haven't gone long enough, like me. As far as we're gonna go with the best, it does seem like you gave us a good background on your speech. Feel like your background you're using for your personal self is good. I like that you express your concerns initially about not quite feeling ready to present this speech. And then I shared with you that this was a good practice ground. So this is a good practice ground to move this forward. Don't always necessarily have to feel like you have to be 100% to present a speech here, because that's what we're here for, to make it 100% for the future. So that was a good thing that you did. You didn't wait till it was perfect to present it. I like that you asked permission to share your screen, making sure that you had that approval on our end. You gave good details such as the spring and fall semesters. You shared good details about your mentor, wondering even if it was the same person. You showed the methods of your mentor. And you also gave us good examples of what she did to help. So with that, thank you for sharing your speech. And my time is up as well. So I will pass this on to Buffy to evaluate Sean.
Thank you, Toastmaster and evaluator. Thank you. Sean, I really enjoyed your speech today. You did I'm going to start with Excel because you did, I think, dramatically weaving the opening with your story. It was very, very interesting, and I enjoyed how you wove that together. I invite you to speak with more strength. There wasn't a lot of vocal variety. And I will challenge you also when you're going to be giving a speech, dress up. Take your hat off. Look official. Look like you're happy to be up here and full. My mother always said, brush your face, hair away from your face. You know how moms always do that because we want to see your beautiful face. So, be all fully present. That was the initial input. Great clarity. A little more vocal variety. I get that it was a very heartfelt talk and that it's not appropriate to, but you also had this thing in front of you. So you were moving around. That was nice movement, but you didn't need the podium, I think. Gestures, I think your gestures were good. You were counting, doing those things. You appeared comfortable for the most part, recognizing that this was a very intimate place that you were sharing. And let's see, interest, very engaging and well supported. I remember this story as good, bad, who knows. That's the way a lot of them, the ancient Asians, is this a good thing or a bad thing? Well, who knows? Good, bad, who knows? So we'll see is another way of saying that. But all in all, great speech, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Bethany.
And I don't know what your timing was.
That's okay. Thank you.
Well, the next up, thank you for that evaluation, Buffy.
You're
Good
welcome.
job. General evaluator completes the meeting. That's me. Yes. Hey. Somebody took my sheet with all the names filled in. I might have taken it. All right. Well, I would like to give my evaluation. That's 2 to 3 minutes.
Use osmosis.
2 to 3 minutes. That's any osmosis for our timer here. The 2 minutes.
I'm sorry, man. This is the second week where I can't do both. I've realized that now. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
For your time.
Thank you.
Anyway, I would like to value. So this was a good meeting. We started a little bit late. I came in last minute. I was talking to somebody down the hall here. However, thankfully Sean came in and he really helped out. He got the table set up. I was struggling with the screen monitor and I was pressed for time, and he gave me an idea, told me what to do, and it worked. It's not exactly how it should work, but it worked. So thank you, Sean, for helping me with that and getting everything set up. We did get our roles filled, and we do a good job of filling in whoever needs it. And our timer today, Sean took timer, and we're going to take it from him, but he totally took that on, which is commendable. And considering your speech, that's actually very good that you did. It is a challenging thing, but it is a way to stretch us. But like I mentioned earlier, this is a place to practice, and it doesn't have to be perfect. You did a good job. One good thing I liked about your timer, I noticed one time you showed me the green, but you gave me a clear signal that it wasn't really green. So you're clear about that, and I appreciate that. Very good on that. Let's see. We did have an awkward thing, or we had to close the curtains because it looks like there's a camera crew outside and close the door. I don't know what's going on. But again, we worked around that. So good job, everybody. Again, I really do appreciate the text updates. I'm not one for commenting all the time, But it is nice to get that message so I at least know what's going on. And if somebody's being on Zoom or somebody can't make it, it is very helpful. I encourage everybody to continue doing that. And I also appreciate everybody help with the computer. When Kim reminded us to record, Kathy was over there doing stuff. And again, we all do our part to help. I really appreciate that. Buffy, great job evaluating. Definitely, you gave some good pointers to Sean. Some of them were advanced level speakers. I feel like Sean does a good job. So some of those pointers were also for somebody if you're looking like to dress up and stuff. Those are very good points that I don't know that I've ever dressed up, but maybe someday I will.
You're
Thank you.
Are you saying I'm dirty?
Oh,
Is that what that was?
No.
You just tell me. I shaved my neck today.
Whoa.
All right, so with that, my evaluation is complete. And I will move on to our report. So first, I'd like to call the timer.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Sean's our timer today.
Appreciate that. Well, I'll just I mean, it's for me, it was difficult to speech. I was so focused on my speech before and after timing during this whole meeting. So I did flub up. I will say, if I can add on to the general eval, what I know now is with Zoom, I was back here with the cards. And Sarah, if you couldn't see this, I know why, because you probably had your screen up and you're looking at a third screen on it too. So I imagine this was very small. When I become timer again, I will do my best to come up and we can do this.
Yeah, right. I only have one screen, so it's like okay, so it's like I guess when I'm screen sharing it, like the only thing that I can see is that what I have on the screen.
Yeah, so maybe an audible thing too. I'm not sure how that works with Zoom. But there is that. So please take that with a grain of salt when I say that 14:35 was your time.
Okay.
I
I mean, yeah.
say again.
Yeah, I expected something like that.
I did 6:44. Justin, for your evaluation, you were clocked in at 3:25. Again, I think I flubbed that one up again. I was
That's okay.
just off my speech, taking in what Buffy said, or not yet taking what Buffy said, but
Reeling with the punches.
all of it.
Understood.
Yeah. Very
Osmoting.
poignant.
I was osmoting.
Yeah. Buffy, you got 145. Justin, for your general eval was 244. And we didn't have any table topics, so we're good to go on the timer report. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Sean. Next, I'd like to call on a grammarian. Kim?
All right, thank you. Yeah, I was trying to check to see if I was on mute. Sometimes I'm on mute a lot. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster, fellow members. All right, for my report, I'll start with Sarah. Sarah, you have a plethora of so see you repeat this quite a bit, which is let's see. It's one of your common transition. I guess is another one that was common that came along. So it's just something that the other things are, I think, will kind of a lot harder to kind of, I think, get away from with the uhs and the ums, and because I still do those ahs and the ums, and even when I think about it, I do want to share that I know you have meetings coming up to work with Brandy, because I think she was offering her time to be a mentor. So one of the thing that would be great once you get that going, kind of have a structure to your speech. I do very encouraging though that you actually come out and speak in front of us. So I thought that's great. Good word usages I wrote down: traditional, practicum, competency, veteran, vocational, employment, co-facilitate, empathy, confidence, observing, level of trust. Sean, great speech. I was really moved. I only got one word, which is distracting me to so. I think you just said so and just hung there. But just so many word choice that you're using. Mental capacity, we'll see like multiple times, which resonate with me as you're repeating those. Best friends, hobbies, best friends, best hobbies. I was happy, I was content. I too much responsibility, too much pressure. White picket fence, Wild West of 2013. I can't read my handwriting. Professional assumption put on the back. uh Taoism, which I think I misspell. I can't believe I got that. Taoism, most prize, horse, rein in, up and down in life. Lots of good. I missed a bunch because I was focused on hearing your story. Buffy, I had one three one so. Let's see. Good word usage, be present, heartful, in intim in I don't think I wrote the right word. Dramatic, woven, dress up, engaging. Justin, I had 2 words of the day for you. So 4 times. Let's see, like good word usage, acknowledge, steady flow, acronyms. Oh my gosh. Really bad handwriting today. Sandwich initiate intuitively, which is wow, hard to write as well. Good practice ground, press for time, commendable. Kathy had 1 word of the day, no word that distract. All I got for good word usage was or phrases points to ponder, and something the goal one that's kind of cool too. So I'll think about that one. With that, I will turn it back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Great. Nice job, Kim. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. So it is time to go
Blow
to
my mind.
sign up for roles. Next week, we won't be meeting. It's Thanksgiving. So December 4th is the next time that we'll meet. And I was going to ask the group, I have a speech that has to deal with a difficult audience. And
Would you
that
like us to
involves-
be a difficult audience?
Yes. So
Cool.
maybe